Welcome back to another episode of Tailgate with the Tullies. I'm CJ.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be giving you our bets for week one of the NFL season. Ryan, I know I'm excited to start off the NFL season. How about yourself?
I'm always very excited for football, and I think we got a great slate. We got 4 days of football to start the season this year, so I think that's something that'll get a lot of fans drawn to it.
Yeah, we start off hot. Thursday night football, Ravens at Chiefs. I'm really looking at this game. I don't know if you have this one on your slate, but let's start off hot. It's Ravens +3, Chiefs overall -5, 154. Over-under set at 47.5. I'm not looking to touch any of those numbers. I think my bets for this game would be Henry -135 for a touchdown, Pacheco at 105 for a touchdown, and Worthy +175 for a touchdown. I'm really liking the Worthy pick. I think he brings a lot of value to the Kansas City Chiefs offense. With not really having a star number one wide receiver, I think this gives him a lot of opportunities, as we're also still looking to see how this Ravens defense will be this year. The easier picks with Henry and Pacheco, I'm always a running back guy. You always catch them at the goal line. I think that's where they'll make their money. So I think you parlay those two, and that gives you great value.
No, I think that's a great pick. I will say I love the running backs, especially bigger guys like Pacheco and Henry who are gonna, fight for those extra yards. Pacheco loves his angry runs, so I think those are great picks, and that's definitely one of the games of the week.
Yeah, where do you want to start us off with bets this year?
So the first game I was looking at, because I want to stay away from the Eagles game. I don't really like betting on Eagles games because, I feel like it's always wrong. So the game I was looking at for the first bet, which I think is a lock, is you have Bengals at -460 over the Patriots, who are +300. I would stay away from the Patriots this year. Worse odds to win the Super Bowl, predicted to have the worst record in football. I just feel like they don't really have a guy over there who's going to win them football games. They don't really have much talent on the team. I don't like their receiving core. I don't like the running backs. A little plus onto that to parlay with the Bengals winning is I got T. Higgins scoring a touchdown at +150. Jamar Chase is probably going to sit out for the game waiting for a new contract, so I think that T. Higgins is going to get a lot of touches in this game, a lot of targets, and he'll find the end zone.
Yeah, I know you said you stay away from the Eagles, but I find this game very interesting. The spread is currently at 2.5 in favor of the Eagles. Eagles are favored overall in the game. Over-under set at 49.5. Again, those are numbers I will not be touching, but if I was leaning over-under, I'd go under the 49.5 just because long travel, first week, Eagles not starting their players in preseason. All these things accumulate to maybe a slow start for both teams. I am looking touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, new team, on a game where your offense might not be taking off entirely. At +100 for a touchdown, I find that to be a great value there for him. A.J. Brown, another great value at 120 for a touchdown, +120. Good money in those. My more exotic pick, we'll say, would be Jahan Dotson, +490 for a touchdown. I think with a lot of the coverage going towards Brown and Devontae Smith, this leaves a lot of openings for Dotson to get receptions. And I think that's somebody that Hurts could find towards the end zone on a quick route. Another different pick I'll take is Love rushing yards is set at 6.5. I would go over the 6.5 just due to his ability to scramble and the Eagles' pressure that they will be bringing in that game.
Yeah, I like a lot of those picks. I think the Dotson was a little risky just because he's getting used to the offense, but they put a lot of pressure on the Eagles' top receivers. I mean, guys got to find a way to score, so I like it. Second game I'm taking a look at is the Falcons-Steelers game. Falcons are currently at -185. I think that's a good value bet if you're adding it on a parlay with maybe some of these other games. Maybe you're doing like a team parlay. I think it's a good value bet to jump it a little bit. I don't think the Steelers team is going to be good at all. I think their quarterback's situation is horrible. George Pickens being a number one wide receiver is a little shaky to me because I think last year his numbers were inflated a little bit from long plays. He had like 2 or 3 games where he had like 2 75-yard touchdowns, and I think that's just not sustainable. Najee Harris runs with bricks on his feet, so I just really don't like the Steelers team. So I think the Falcons are a lock in that game. I'd also parlay that with some Bijan Robinson stats. I think with this Kirk Cousins quarterbacking, he's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of touches. So I'm saying Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's -115. I'd even add on a Kyle Pitts touchdown. I think actually Kyle Pitts might not be playing. Sorry. If he plays, I would take a Kyle Pitts touchdown, but if he doesn't play, get Drake London on there, but that's only going to increase the value of Bijan Robinson in that game.
Yeah, I like your picks there. Again, Pitts playing would be a major factor in that game overall.
Mm-hmm.
My next game I'll be looking at is the Cardinals at the Bills. Cardinals are plus 6.5 in this game. Bills favored minus 320. Over-under set at 48.5. These numbers are something I think I will touch. I like the Cardinals to cover the 6.5. I think a new offense for them. The Bills coming off losing both their top receivers. The Bills' home field advantage not really being a factor yet with it not being winter. This is kind of just another game for the Cardinals. The under, I just see that happening with the non-productive offense of the Bills and the Cardinals still finding their way. I think they won't hit the 48.5 cover. 2 touchdowns I like in this game would be Shakir on the Bills for plus 230. I think that's a good value for a touchdown as he's probably their 1 or 2 wide receiver now. And another pick I would like is Kyler Murray, plus 300 for a touchdown. He likes to scramble. Still trying to figure out that offense, and a riskier pick, but I could see it happening.
I love the Khalil Shakir pick. I'm very high on him this year. If you could scoop him up in late rounds of fantasy football, I think he'll make a really big impact on that Bills team. Because he even had some games last year where he made an impact, and he was the three. So, yeah. Next game I want to touch. A very rookie-heavy game here with the Chicago Bears. They got Adunzi and Williams. My picks for this game are Bears money line. I think that's a very important way to start off Caleb Williams' career. They play a bad Titans team who Will Levis is still trying to figure things out. Their number 1 receiver is Calvin Ridley, and they have DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's a deteriorating receiver core. No true number 1 running back. I think it's just a recipe for disaster over there in Tennessee. I also really like Caleb Williams over 2 passing touchdowns. They just have so many weapons on offense. They have Allen, Moore, Adunzi, even Swift can catch the ball out of the backfield. That's minus 125, and I just think that's some good odds there. DeAndre Swift anytime touchdown. I think if the Bears offense clicks, it can score a lot of points, and you're going to be running the ball towards the goal line. Finally, a pick that this is my first negative pick, I guess, is I think DJ Moore under 62.5 receiving yards is a good take there. It's minus 125. I just think there's way too many pieces on that offense. Where I think it's good for the Bears, I think it's bad for the individual stats, and I think Moore is going to struggle to get a lot of yards like he did last year.
Yeah, next game I'll be looking at, Sunday Night Football. You got the Rams at the Lions. A little taste of what we had last year in the playoffs. Stafford coming back home. Wonder if Eminem will be in the crowd. Rams are at plus 3.5 in this game with the Lions overall at minus 190. Over-unders at 51.5. This is another game where I will not be touching those numbers. I do have some crazy picks in this. I have, Kyren Williams, sorry, at plus 700 for the first touchdown of the game.
I love that.
I know plus odds on a first touchdown is something people usually stay away from, but with the running back, I feel like they'll move the offense down. It really comes down to who gets ball first, but I do think that would be a solid pick.
I love that pick.
And I also have Stafford under 273.5 yards. That is at minus 114. I just think, again, this is a very run-heavy team, I feel like, this year. I know you have Puka and Cooper Kupp as well, but I don't see him almost hitting 300 yards in his first game, especially with a decent Lions defense this year.
Yeah, I think those are some great picks, CJ. Big Kyren Williams fan over here. I'd love to see Blake Corum get some touches in that too. So
yeah, I believe his over/under was at 20 rushing yards.
I wouldn't touch it in the first game.
Yeah, I'd see what his workload would be.
Mm-hmm. My final game is going to be the Raiders-Chargers game. This is a game personally I'm looking at because I have some fantasy implications in this one. So I'm going to take the Raiders over the Chargers. Raiders are plus 130 right now. They're an underdog. That Chargers team has no number 1 receiver right now. They got rid of all their big pieces in the offseason. I still think Justin Herbert is a great talent, but I just don't think that they're going to have a good year this year. They're at minus 175. I think the Raiders are a good pick here at the underdog spot. They are on the road, but as you see in every year, the Chargers have no fans, so that's not a home field advantage for the Chargers. I would also like to add that with the Zamir White touchdown. Raiders are going to be up a lot in this game, I think, and they're going to be running the ball. Zamir White can push you over that goal line and fight for some extra yards, so I think a Zamir White touchdown is going to be good here.
And rounding us out here on Monday Night Football, we have Jets at 49ers. Jets at plus 4.5 in this game with the Niners at minus 200 overall. Over-under is set at 43.5. Those are numbers I will not touch. But if Aaron Rodgers does get it going, I don't hate the Jets to cover 4.5. Could be a field goal game. I will be guaranteed to take Hall at plus 135 for a touchdown. Again, those running backs, easy points right there, easy money. It's usually crazy when they're not minus odds. I also like a George Kittle touchdown. I wouldn't hate the Kittle first touchdown. That is plus 190 for just an anytime touchdown. With the Jets linebacker issues with not having
Reddick.
Hassan Reddick and losing why am I drawing a blank? The one the Eagles got. Bryce Huff.
Yeah.
With those linebacker issues, I just see Kittle getting open downfield, and especially in the red zone, I see that he could definitely get a catch in there. Another thing I'm interested in taking is Deebo Samuel's rushing yards are set at over/under 10.5. I will take the over on that just because he does crazy plays with them, and I can easily see him busting out one rush just for over 10.5 on itself. That is at minus 120.
Yeah, I think we got some great picks here. I think there's a good ability to mix and match some of these, get some good odds here. Obviously, this is not necessarily gambling advice. Don't take what we say too far. But I'm really excited for this weekend. I think it's opening weekend's always big for some betting.
Yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun. We want to bring you guys something different, talking betting. We'll probably do one of these each week, even if we do it on top of a normal podcast talking other sports. But I hope you guys like the format, and let's have a great week of first week of football.
Yep, let's go Birds.
Let's go Birds. We'll catch you guys next time on our live show, Monday, 6 to 8. Thank you.